welcome to my channel. My name is Malika and I am going to be talking about the Yoni. I'm going to be talking about our womb, and this is basically knowledge that I've come across due to my inner knowing and listening to other healers and women who do womb work and stuff like that. So let me put on my glasses. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much. This channel has definitely gone through an evolution and it is still changing. But for those of you that have returned, I told you that my channel would be like taking new form, and I will be talking more about the things that I actually want to talk about and moving away from just strictly beauty content and all of that. So on this channel we talk about self-help, healing, spiritual work. I have a tarot channel, so if you're interested in doing that, if you're interested in that, then yeah, look into that. I also from time to time will talk about beauty whenever I feel called to do so. So anyways, let's get out of all of that. Please thumbs up, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Engagement is what YouTube wants, and I also want it too because I want to hear your thoughts. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the womb and some things that I learned yesterday. Yesterday I was on Instagram for a hot minute because I rarely spend time on Instagram anymore, and Offset came up, and if you don't know who she is, I implore you to look her up. She is an amazing healer, teacher, metaphysical type of leader. I don't even know what to call her, but she's amazing. So anyway, she was on Instagram doing a sacral / solar plexus chakra like womb dance, and she was talking about how a natural way to meditate and decalcify your womb area and your solar plexus area is to get into a flow. So I'm just going to demonstrate real quick because I want you guys to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're only going to see the bottom half of me, but this area below your belly button, my belly button's right here, this area right here where your womb and below your belly button is your sacral chakra, and then above the belly button would be your solar plexus chakra. So a way to decalcify and loosen up some of that energy, because the sacral chakra is where we get our creativity. This is how we feel pleasure. This is our prosperity, our joy, our sexuality, our fertility for women, and I guess men too. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but this is that area where that comes from, and we hold a lot of trauma in our womb area because this area is synonymous with the element of water, which is your emotions. Okay, and so often we hold a lot of trauma here, so we need to loosen it up. So one way to loosen it up is to get into a meditative state by moving your hips. And I just don't want to take credit for this. Offset explained it way better than me, but you would start to move your hips, and that kind of loosens this area up and gets the energy flowing. And because it's connected to the solar plexus, which is your energy, your strength, your confidence, your will, your mental balance, you'll start to move your arms and stuff, and that will really loosen that energy, those energy fields up, and kind of start to decalcify your sacral chakra and bring the flow back to it and bring that healing back to it. So whenever she spoke about that, that kind of it brought a download to me. And if you don't know what downloads are, that's when an inner knowing just strikes up in you and you're like, aha, I've got it. So something came to me, and It started off to be about how we experience pleasure sexually. And obviously, if you're not of age, please click and exit stage left on this video. Yeah, so one of the first things that I learned through my inner knowing was that find the rhythm of your own womb. Talk to your womb. Open your womb up through doing that kind of meditative dance. Because your sacral chakra is all about the flow. And then when you add the solar plexus, that's when your movement becomes more intentional, okay? So when you're having intimate moments with your significant other, and oftentimes a lot of people don't, let me just say this, what you see on those rated X sites, that is not real, okay? It is actually better if we start off on those intimate journeys gently. And so when it is time for you to dominate, it is best that you start off slow and you find your own rhythm. Because what I've noticed is that, and when I say noticed, I mean from conversations with women, they want to imitate what they have seen in videos. And it's not about that. It's about you and your pleasure. It's about how you feel. And so you have to find your own rhythmic movement. So when you are in the dominant position, it is about you starting off gently, and then as you're going, you will find your own rhythm, and it will be more a pleasant experience for you. You're meant to feel confident in that position, and you can't feel confident in that position if you are trying to mimic what you see in videos of what you think you're supposed to do. And if your significant other can't appreciate that, then they're probably somebody you shouldn't be having an intimate moment with anyways. So that was like the first download that I got. So it's about you finding your rhythmic, your own rhythm. It's not about what you see and all of that. It's about you finding your own flow. Okay, being gentle with your yoni at first, because it is an area of which you should be gentle with. Within reason. You guys know what I'm trying to say without saying it. And so I had to start off with that because that was the first download that I got. And the second thing is, like, when you don't feel creative, when you don't feel pleasure, when you don't feel like doing those types of activities, things that would be considered fun, pleasurable, sexual, whatever, that means that your womb, your sacral chakra is out of balance. And in order to get it in balance, one of the ways would be, like I showed you earlier. The other way would be maybe you listening to a sacral chakra meditation. Whatever, you have to heal that area. So because we hold a lot of trauma down there, because of the emotions that get pushed down there, if you have any type of trauma in that area that hasn't been worked through, it will show itself in your sexual behavior or lack thereof, or your experience. Malika, what do you mean? I mean, if you have trauma down there and you haven't, and when I say down there, I don't mean that it necessarily started down there. That's just where it's being held. So if you have trauma that you haven't dealt with, some women may be more promiscuous, where they just will give themselves to whoever they want to. And I'm not shaming anyone. Please do what you want to. I'm not shaming you. I'm just saying they will be more promiscuous. They will not be as selective with who they choose to give themselves to, because sex is an exchange of energy. And so I think that we should be aware of that. Now, some people will have trauma that gets pushed down there, and their desire would just go away completely. And so that will make them not want to be active in that way. It could also make them not want to be creative, not want to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Not want to experience joy either. It'll be hard for them to experience that because they've just cut that portion off from themselves, because it's so bunched up with stuff and it needs to be healed. It needs to be unbunched. It needs to be flow. The energy through your chakras, it should be flowing. That's why you always have to make sure that you're maintaining the balance of them. And others, it'll manifest in their sexual experience. So they will be active, but they may not experience pleasure because they haven't dealt with that trauma. They haven't dealt with that healing that needs to go on down there. Remember that this is your womb. Talk to it, feel it, explore it, understand your own anatomy first. That's very important, because only you can know your body. You know, only you're going to know your body in the best way. So it's important that you explore yourself and figure out, especially if we're talking about sexually, figure out what is pleasurable to you, okay? And when you are being intimate, it is important that you and your partner come to the realization that you have a unique way that you like to be pleasured, and they have a unique way that they like to be pleasured. And so you guys have to be open enough to learn each other, okay? And what else? Yeah, so when we heal that part of our bodies, when we let go of that trauma, when we just maintain the balance, we're able to be in flow more, we're able to create more, and it flows into different aspects of your life. Like you're creating, for me, I could create more content. I could, if you're a writer, you're writing more. If you're an entrepreneur, your business is flourishing because you keep coming up with new ideas and new products to add. Whatever. That's how you know you're in flow, because you're in creative mode. So when you're not in flow, you won't feel like creating. I'm not talking about like, today I'm just tired, I've been creating. Like, I'm talking about when you literally get stumped and you just stop creating. I'm talking about when you literally just stop wanting pleasure, when you stop having joy, when you stop wanting to be sexual, when you stop when your prosperity seems like it isn't flowing to you, because sacral chakra is about that. And again, solar plexus chakra too, even though it's not directly connected to the womb, I'm adding that in there because that is your willpower, you know, that is your energy, your strength, your vitality chakra, okay? And you've got to have that in balance as well. You've got to have them all in balance, but you've got to have that in balance. So when we talk about caring for our womb, it's not just about what you're consuming. It's not just about what you're using to wash it. You know, it's also what are you balancing yourself? You know, have you healed that trauma that needs to be healed? That type of situation. That is what this video is about. So I am suggesting that if you've been having issues in that area, it's time for you to kind of look into your chakras. It's time for you to kind of see, like, really, there are womb workshops. There is womb healing workshops. Osset offers one. I'm not sponsored by her or anything. I'm just plugging her because I took her womb healing workshop in 2018. I took it, and I need to actually do it again because it was very healing. Your womb has a song. Your womb can talk to you. When I say talk to you, I mean, it can send you signals, okay, as to what you need to focus on. All right, so this is just like a quick little video on that. I will come back with you guys as more knowledge comes to me, but I wanted to start having these talks because I'm really into maintaining balance and harmony within our vessels, within our mind, our souls, all of that. And a part of doing that is learning these chakras, you know, learning that this is a part of self-development for me. So I hope you learned something from this video. I would like your feedback. I am new to this. If you have more knowledge about this, leave it down below. Let's keep it the education going, because that's what I'm trying to do here. Let's have some dialogue back and forth. Put me up on game, you know, give me some more knowledge about this. But yeah, like, we have to take a deep dive into ourselves and analyze these areas of our lives and see why it is that we're doing what we're doing. You know, this is our womb, this is our life center, you know, this is where we bring life into the world, where we create the things that we're going to create, our emotions. This is that kind of excitement feeling, you know, that pleasure. So all the emotions, that's why I said this is synonymous with the element of water. Water equals emotion. Okay, so anyways, I'm done. Again, comment down below. Please give me a thumbs up, and follow me over on Instagram at Naturally Malika. Follow my tarot page at Intuitive Queen, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love. Bye.